This is an emergency transmission. Citizens of the world, please, make no mistake. The zombie apocalypse is near. Will you cower and hide, or join us and fight? We are Dezombified, so stay on point and watch your six.
They're here.
Let me know.
Don't piss Patches off. I swear to God.
Everybody
There'll be lives lost. Don't do it.
No. Guys, come on. I need to know. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us? Hello?
You don't want to see Patches in grizzly mode. It's not
Grizzly mode.
Grizzly mode. I was thinking polar, but anyway.
Polar?
You do not want to mess with a Kodiak bear.
No.
Thank you, Fear.
Okay.
That's right, you hear us. That's right. Good. Great. Hey, guys. Well, welcome to the Patches show today. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. The horror honeys, we all scream. Today we have Niamina, the undead ballerina.
We are having a great day, everybody. Yes? Yes?
Yeah, it's perfectly fine. Ain't nothing going on here. Nothing to see. Nothing to fucking see. Oh, shit. Oh.
Okay. Really? We also have with us Mary P. The practically perfect in every way.
Ooh, hello. And we also have the delightful, delectable Dame Saturday.
Delicious.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, it's delicious too, guys. I need to add that as well.
Oh, I'm death by chocolate, sweetie.
Ooh.
Looks how it looks like that's how I'm gonna die.
Oh, yeah. You'll find out.
Chocolate candies? I mean, what?
Oh, but it's always beautiful with Banshiba.
Mm.
Oh my God, that's me.
It's you.
That's me.
It's you!
It's you.
It's me. Oh,
This lady will break the sound barrier.
yes, I did, didn't I? Because I don't have my headphones because apparently I'm in Neanderthal today and I can't find nothing. Okay, but anyways, regardless, let's not forget. Wait, you changed shit up. I'm the last person. I don't have to announce anyone, do I?
Yes, you do.
You set me up for this.
I mean, you could introduce me.
Yeah.
Could.
You could.
And we have the fuzzy,
Since you-
adorable,
since,
sensible, bacon lover, himself, herself, itself,
it's
action!
Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm here, guys. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Alistair makes some surprise visits. You never know when he's going to pop in.
No.
Oh, dang, did you really go there?
No, yes, I went there. Hey, I'm diabolical for a reason.
Yes, you are. Okay, so, actually, I should give this to you, Banshiba, but I know you don't want to do it.
What? What don't I want to do?
Our discussion today is on disturbing deaths, and we're focusing a little bit on the spontaneous human combustion.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
And a couple of other that we've actually decided to focus in on a little bit, but that one's the main one. And this is a Bathsheba idea, which has led to other ideas. Tell you, it never stops with us. Okay, we sit down and we start brainstorming, and we go, okay, let's just start writing things down. Because we're never going to catch up with it if we don't. Facts.
Oh, I was hoping for the other topic because it's more suitable for me because I cannot see my Discord, my own notes right now because I don't have my other phone, son. No, I'm not gonna. No.
Oh, no raging. Before we get started, if you would like to send your fan art, visual words, or if you would like to suggest a show, something you would like us to talk about, send us an email. weallscream.horrorhoneys@gmail.com. Patches wants to know what you want to talk about, and Patches wants to know what you think he looks like. She looks like that.
Yeah, I do.
What do they look like?
I do.
First, Patches.
Oh, is this the time where I yell at everybody?
Yes, do it.
Okay, guys. Guys, how many times do we need to remind you? You gotta remember to like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell to get more people in here. Damn it!
My ears, they bleed.
We'll bring this up.
This is not a surprise.
Yeah, I will bring this up right now.
Please, you can smash glasses with that voice.
Tell you.
Yeah.
The whole of the horror community, I'm talking from narrators to true crime artists to people who do movie reviews of horror movies to Dezombified, are having a huge problem right now with being kind of shadow banned by YouTube. It's not something that YouTube will admit to because, well, we know YouTube doesn't unsubscribe you from any channel that you subscribe to, right?
Of course.
Except you wake up, you go to bed one night listening to Jensen and waiting for his next video to come out. You wake up the next morning, you're not even subscribed to Jensen.
Yeah, YouTube likes to play card battle games with people and, send you to the shadow realm when you're not suspecting it.
Yeah. So, if you notice, like for us, you need to like and share, subscribe, make sure you share us out, get us out there so people can come and join us.
Because YouTube, are you listening to YouTube? I'm talking to you, YouTube.
YouTube, listen up.
Quit being a Karen.
Yeah, quit being a Karen.
Yeah, or Carl, whoever.
I agree, Master Angler. I agree, Master Angler. I agree. So our next thing is we're gonna point you guys out. We love you all so much. We're gonna point you guys out. We got Aaron, my boy.
Yes.
Dixie, the baby girl here. We've got Josie, Kitty. We got Master Angler, and yeah, I love you, Master Angler.
He's a master.
Ooh, a resident shark is here. For you, like, wait, why?
Of course, you've got Dame Saturday, Mary P, Dezombified, me, Bathsheba, Realities in Perspective. Hello, my love.
Yes.
Pam Smith. How are you doing, Pam? We've been running into the same circles, my lady. Yes. We really do. And I saw another one down here. Where is it?
Sabian's here.
Sabian, we love you. We're sorry. We love you. That sounded wrong.
Who cares?
Yeah. YouTube is full of simps.
Yes. Yes, they are. Well, YouTube itself is a simp for some censorship.
Chat. What? Pam! That's horrible. They are bullies. They are. They really are.
You leave me hanging. What? I can't see chat. I'm sorry. I was subtitling
Okay,
myself.
so we're being asked to put our links up into the chat. We will.
Yes,
And
sir.
Aaron says he's not a simp. No, you're just a little baby doe.
Baby doe. Oh, baby doe.
We've also had a couple of cases where Google moderators have come in and removed people's comments and
links
by moderators. So Dane, have you gotten over 100 on your channel yet? If you didn't know, Dane lost her channel. She's trying to rebuild.
Way back in March.
You got your 100?
No, I'm getting there.
Okay,
I'm not letting it bother me.
And I don't have the link in front of me, but somebody can grab that in the mod.
I can do it again if you want.
Okay, please do.
All right.
Let's see.
There you go.
We are going into, and yes, at the top you will see pinned the Dezombified.com link. Oh, I forgot. I skipped right over the question of the day, guys.
Do we even have a question of the day? Because
yes,
I don't know what to ask about this topic.
I do.
Okay.
What is the most disturbing death you've ever heard of?
Ooh.
And I don't mean unusual or creepy or gory. I mean disturbing. Okay? There's a little bit of a difference. As a matter of fact, Bathsheba gave a great definition of what the difference between disturbing and other types of deaths were.
Yes. Yes, the definition of disturbing would be considered to be a natural death that is not caused by any type of disease or any type of wow. You know, it's really difficult to describe, to tell you the truth, because it's
a
really
natural
rare.
death.
It is very rare that these deaths happen, but they happen. It is something that happens that it is instantaneous death, not caused by disease, not caused by another human being per se. Okay, it is caused due to the circumstance. Nothing like cancer, or there can be other things that come in, but you know, that would be classified as a natural death. These are natural deaths, but they happen so drastically. Science has questions. Science has questions, and some of them, they're not things that we are normal, that we consider as a society, or as a society, to be normal, because they are not. The instances that we're talking about today are just.
I don't have a Patreon.
Oh, I do.
I don't.
Mary, you want to link your Patreon?
Sure, why not?
I don't have a Patreon. I have thought about getting one. Well, I have a Patreon account. I've thought about putting up one, but I don't know what I would do with it.
I'm still trying to do things with it, but I mean, I don't have, like, there's not a lot going on because I don't have people there, but when I do, I'll have more.
I do.
Nodes. I'm there.
I can give you my Twitter if you like.
I could give you my Cash App.
Ooh, look at that. Bitch would be throwing their money at me because I'm like,
yep,
let me see
have a
them
Cash
booties.
App.
I want to see the booties. I want to see the booty.
Yeah.
Where is it about that?
And for those of you who don't know, my channel was originally Mia Mina McDonald. And why did that come out like that?
I don't know.
There's not supposed to be a space between McDonald and Mia Mia.
Oh, I don't
Okay.
see a space on my side.
Okay, good. And I took the McDonald off because I thought there was a little bit too much to say. But
On my Patreon, you guys, you get a special greeting from Patches if you want at a certain level too, or you get Patches to say whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
ooh,
Favors. I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, make sure you check out Dezombified's website, dezombified.com. They've got links there to their link tree with everything else on it. They've also got a link to the Teespring store, which got some pretty hot stuff there, guys. Pretty hot stuff.
Oh yeah.
Leggings.
Oh yeah.
Leggings.
I got me some
Mugs.
special leggings. Do I?
Mugs.
Oh yeah, I do.
And mugs.
Yes. Lots of
La, la,
mugs.
la, la, la. Mugga, mugga.
Lots of mugs. There's a fly in here. I just saw a fly go past the screen, so just ignore the fly.
It went past the stream.
And there's not a dead body back here. I promise you.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Patches.
Sure.
Patches.
What?
Did you leave a surprise in the corner again?
Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Clean
I
up for
know.
yourself, please.
Giles,
Look, I can't change who I am.
Giles Corey of Salem was actually pressed to death.
Ooh, yes.
He was the only Salem witch trial victim of pressing,
Yes.
and he also cursed the the township of Salem
Yes. And their descendants.
and their descendants, including the sheriff. So yeah.
That would be like, would that be a case of, that's one of the topics that we have going on today, is positional asphyxia.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
You figure, yes, definitely.
Very
that
controversial right there.
Yeah. Because he they actually kept asking him, will you confess, will you confess, will you give us names? And he kept saying more stones. He absolutely refused to tell them that he was something he was not. And yeah.
Sadly, that is something that we're still dealing with today.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Just
Okay,
saying.
so let's go to spontaneous combustion first. Because
Yeah.
you had some. We actually found survivors.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Those are rare to find. They
There
really
were
are.
5
Spontaneous
billion,
combustion.
5 billion people in the world as of 1987. And yet we don't see reports of people bursting in flames while they're walking down the streets, attending football games, or sipping coffee in Starbucks. However, there have been very rare cases of people who spontaneously combust.
Yeah.
There was a woman in England. I found the article. I'm not going to give her name for her own. I mean, it's out there on YouTube if you look it up, but yeah. She was in the car with her family and her hand caught fire.
Ooh.
And her family obviously put her hand out and then took her to the hospital. And the hospital did not believe what they told them.
Yeah, because, it's a common thing for you to be like, I'm driving around, driving down the road, just having a conversation with the family. Oh shit, I'm Firestar. I just like, I'm gonna shoot flames out of my fingertips. Really?
I'm
gonna douse my hand.
Oh, don't mind my dermatitis. It inflames ever so often.
Yeah, right?
And my
come
husband, I joke about this, that my husband is a walking, talking nuclear, nuclear, thermonuclear heat source.
Walking thermonuclear reactor.
Walking thermonuclear reactor. But because he generates so much heat,
Mia,
I worry about him possibly spontaneously combusting.
I have a question.
Oh.
Has he ever given you a Dutch oven?
You know what? Ben Sheba, we'll talk later.
Oh, no, that just reminded me of something. Oh, okay. I just thought of something completely dangerous. Not only for the person that's combusting, but also for the people around them, not just because they would catch fire. Or the things, what if that person were to fart while being engulfed in flames and they have the spread everywhere?
Well, you know, contrary to popular beliefs, farts are lightable as far as lighting them on fire, because my brother-in-law did it.
I mean, think about it. That's why I think it'd be twice as dangerous if the person were to fart.
Yeah, because he was in a hotel that my other brother-in-law worked at, and he said, "Oh, look, I'm going to light one up," and he puts his lighter behind him and lights it, and then farts in the direction of the couch, which lit on fire in the lobby.
Oh no!
And they got this on camera in the hotel. True story.
I once had this when I was at a concert before, a long time ago. I had to stop a friend of mine from taking a lit cigarette into the porta potty.
Oh
no!
And he had a little temper, and then he had a little temper tantrum because I told him to put it out. And he's like, "Why?" It's like, "Well, don't you know the two don't mix?"
Oh god.
Oh my gosh. Okay, show the footage. If I had the footage, I would. I have seen the footage. So yeah. It's not on YouTube.
Like, thanks to me.
On YouTube.
Like, no, thanks to me. He did not, die from.
But
my cousin did that. Yeah, my cousin. He's just like, I got to fart.
And
like, he has sweatpants on. He takes his lighter and he's like there, and he's like blue flamer. He burned his ass hairs, people. He burned.
Yeah, so hence what you should not do that. Let alone drop it in food. No.
You goofed up, kid.
No.
Don't do it. It's not.
No.
Sorry, people, I love you, but man.
No, should not.
And Ben Chiba, you said you found another case where a man survived?
Yes.
Was that Angel, the guy?
Oh, yeah, that happened to a friend of Fear the Great Whites too. He said that I had a friend who got a serious burns on his booty hole from lighting farts, ER visit included.
Oh, ER visit included.
Yeah, so that just supports our warning. That really supports our warning. Don't ever do that.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not pretty.
No.
And I don't
Spontaneous human combustion is caused by blue flamer. Do not do it. My God.
Do not do this.
Disclaimer, no it isn't, but I'm just saying. Putting it out there.
Let's see here.
So yeah, this guy, he is sitting in the living room with his roommate, okay? Or a friend, something, and just randomly, he catches fire. He catches fire. The whole part of it, everything just instantaneously goes up in flames. They end up putting the flames out, and they took him straight because he suffered burns. He suffered burns on his body, and he went in to the ER. They explained everything that had happened. They thought maybe, well, were you drinking? And he's like, no. Well, did you light your clothing on fire in some way, shape, or form via cigarette or something like? No. Okay, so they're starting to do tests on him to find out, and the actual the report that came out from the doctor, people, from the doctor said that the actual heat source came from internally inside the body and burned him from the inside out.
Yeah.
Inside out. Now tell me, that to me, nobody lit themselves on fire, nobody doused themselves with any type of anything that would cause, you know, the body to accidentally, you know, catch on fire or whatever, environmental. This is something within the body. So what actually happens with spontaneous human combustion? What is the factors? What can actually cause spontaneous human combustion?
We don't know. Quite frankly, we don't know.
We
can speculate, but that's about it.
That's just it. Speculation, right?
Speculation.
Okay, so what are some factors that they have put in to spontaneous human combustion that is actually not exactly spontaneous?
So the case in 2011, they found an elderly man lying near his furnace in his apartment, and they thought that maybe the furnace had caught him on fire. But even though there were burn marks on the floor and the ceiling directly above and below the body, there were no burn marks anywhere else in the room. And his body was, again, as you said, it showed that his body burned up from the inside out.
Exactly. So we have some common places that go along with some of these. And
a lot of bedrooms.
One in particular comes to mind. It's in Discord. Wow, what a great place for it to be, and I can't link it. But anyways.
Hold on, I'm looking.
Okay, all right. But this lady, she's at home, and she is babysitting her grandchildren while the parents go out for something. Now, okay.
Oh, we got two guests. We have Madam Raven and Boney Platter. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Sexy voice lady. Hello, Boney Platter. Nice to see you again.
Hi.
So we have a case of this woman is considered to be an invalid. Okay. Why is she watching kids in the first place? I'm not really sure. Obviously, the kids were old enough that they just needed an adult for whatever they needed, you know, as far as, you know, information is concerned, I'm assuming. This grandmother, she asked for a pack of matches. Okay, so that's a little suspicious. She's obviously a smoker. Okay. So we're gonna put, you know, the whole smoking thing in there as I spontaneously human combust online. No. Anyways, so she asks for this, you know, the matches. The granddaughter brings up the matches to her room. There is nothing really weird going on in the room, any way, shape, or form that the child would even remotely consider to be suspicious. Within the time that the granddaughter brings up the matches up to the room, a short time afterwards, the neighbor is walking past the home and sees a faint glow going on in that particular bedroom that this said person was in. Okay. Within seeing this, she goes directly back into the house, and she calls the fire department, 911, whatever you want to call it, emergency responders. When they get there, okay, which we're talking probably about a 20-minute span of time. 20 minutes, people. 20 minutes.
Yikes.
They walk in. The doorknob is, obviously, doorknobs are metal. It is glowing red. It is hot. Okay? They enter the room. There is a blast of heat in the room. There is no any visible flames at all in the room. What they find is what used to be the woman sitting in her chair, smoking like, no, not like smoking cigarette, but the leftover parts of her body are smoking from the chair. The chair is not destroyed. There's very minimal damage done to the walls and the area around her.
And her leg.
Yes, her legs are left. The rest of her is incinerated. She has down to the bone on one arm, but yet there is a bracelet that is metal on her arm that suffers no damage. No damage. Yet, the TV that's sitting on the armoire across the room is melting. The plastic is melting. There is another photo of a doll that is sitting next to that television that is melting, where you can see the doll itself. It looks like the head face has melted, but there is like this crinoline fabric that is very highly flammable as the skirt of this doll. It has not been touched. The bed, which is only feet from her, white sheets, no damage. No damage. No damage whatsoever. Really?
Jack.
Really?
Jack.
Really?
Wow.
Angel is the name of the guy who you were talking about earlier.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I have them all on Discord. I just can't see them right now because I've only got one phone right now because I'm ill prepared today. Imagine that. So, okay, let me reiterate, people. Okay, so we're looking at, in order to incinerate a human body to the point that the body is reduced to ash, like if they were going in as a, for cremation, it needs to be at a temperature of 1600 degrees Celsius, which is roughly, I guess, about 2000 degrees Fahrenheit. Something like that. I don't know my conversion, but
it's horribly high Fahrenheit.
It has to be. It has to be.
And it's you're not going to be able to do it in a barbecue pit. Let's put it that way.
Nope.
The fact is, even though the woman smoked, okay, the cigarettes that were sitting next to her were unscathed, no damage to them. It is impossible for a person to light themselves on fire with a cigarette to the point that they are suffering that much damage, that core damage done, that they're reduced to ash in such a short period of time.
Yep.
No catalyst. What's a catalyst? Okay, so they have factors that come into this. They have mentioned that there is a possibility of a buildup in the human body of acetone, which is highly flammable. And we know that there's certain conditions that can cause a high buildup of, acetone in the body. Which, yes, basically that's a paint thinner, people, and it's something that can actually happen in the human body. How? There's other factors there, but also they have mentioned that that alcohol might play a part. Though there has been no signs with the current cases of, quote, now I'm not saying accidental lighting yourself on fire thing, but with people who
not like me genuinely
which we discourage people very strongly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Nobody encourages you. Yeah, there are cases all the way back. I found cases back in the 1700s of spontaneous human combustion. There's no discernible cause or external source of ignition that would cause these highly extreme temperatures. As far as internal, the acetone is something that they think might
yeah, suspect.
Possible, but they're not completely sure. Hi, Ace of Arts.
Hello.
Hello.
No, you did not miss us. We're still here. Let's see. I don't want to read all these cases, but there's case after case after case that Bathsheba found, and unfortunately, they're on my phone, so I can't just drop them into. Yeah, perfect.
So they have done scientifical, obviously, because there's enough cases out there that warrants an answer. So science has tried to give it an answer. Forensic scientists have been doing, with the closest
trying to do it. Trying to make it happen again.
Medium to the human body is a pig. So because we share sex.
They actually have done, and there's Master Angler, 2 9-volt batteries. That's a good one, Master Angler. They actually have done some arsenic investigations using pigs
pigs in clothing. Thank you.
In clothing to simulate the human body to see if what they suspect happened in the fire happened in the fire.
The closest thing that they can do, though, is letting the clothing itself on fire to get a similar outcome, but it's not perfected. It takes very long time for this to happen. But what is a big factor, and the reason why when somebody is affected in this particular situation, is the fact that their core body has a tendency to be completely disintegrated, okay? But their arms and their legs are still intact. They're still there. And it has to do with the fat of the human body, because where do you find fat on the human body? It's mainly in your core area. You don't necessarily have it on your legs or your arms. They're going to be lacking as far as your proportions are considered. That's the reason why
our ladies have them in our upper balls.
Okay, you got it.
Hey, I told you. You guys know where my head is today.
I know. You're looking for it, right?
Yeah, we did that before when I was talking about. I'm just going to say this in the general speaking, right? About our next subject.
Yes.
Yes. So what happens is when you get those temperatures going and you get that, the heat going, and it starts burning down into the cavity of the human, it starts affecting the fat. What the fat does is the fat will actually start to liquefy. We've seen this with cooking. Anyone who cooks, barbecues, anything, you see how the fat liquefies, and it will actually become a burning catalyst. Now, the fat will start mixing with the clothing that the person is wearing, that soaks into the fabric, and it's almost like a reverse candle effect. Okay, so where you have the wax and you have the wick. Except for the wick doesn't run down through the human body. The wick is covering the human body, essentially causing almost like stealing that heat with the fat to penetrate down. So, the actual, keeps that flame low because of the fat, and it causes it to just burn intensely in a certain place, slowly down into the body. And that's where it ends up doing the most damage and being able to not burn down to ash. But keep in mind, bone is thicker than anything else in our body. Yeah.
Right.
Do not underestimate the power of calcium, people.
And the bone is actually, in most of these cases, the bones are gone.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So that means, because there is moisture in the human body. I mean, if you're a living person, you've got moisture in your body. How
80.
much water is consistent of the human body?
Ugly bags are mostly water.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Do you think it can also be caused through the bone marrow and be a malfunction among the red blood cells?
It could be. We just
I
don't
thought
know.
this is what I brought up. This is what because I got in a debate with my boyfriend and I made his stomach turn. I did because, it was difficult for him. That's okay. He's had too many concussions. It's all right. But anyways, regardless, the point is I started thinking, okay, so when a human body has an infection or has a virus or something, bacterial infection, what does the human body do? It goes into the immune system and it starts to raise the temperature to be able to eliminate that particular foreign substance that's in the body, correct?
Mhm.
So, my hypothesis, could it be possible that with autoimmune diseases and whatnot, that the actual body could possibly maybe haywire to the point that it raises its temperature? Because what temperature you have to go to the hospital for? It's 105.
Between, well, it depends on the age.
Right.
Yeah, it
Between
does.
102 and 105.
Between 102 and 105. Because when you
Yeah.
start getting to 105, the body it'll start shutting down. You start going into convulsions and stuff that happened in the action.
When you overheat.
Right.
That happens with hyperthermia.
Yeah. So, is it possible maybe it could be a dysfunction? I'm pretty sure science is, I would assume that they're looking at this kind of stuff. So I might not be aware of it, but I'm just thinking, is there a possibility that it'd be a combination of, the immune system haywiring, raising the internal temperature, and having something like the acetone or something? Because the human body is littered with all sorts of dangerous chemicals. Honestly, the fact that we are alive right now is amazing. The human body is amazing. Okay.
Yeah, it never ceases to fascinate us, even in this day and age. So
exactly,
it could be possible in that way, and having the temperature be raised to a certain point. But maybe there is a certain chemical that helps contain it from what you normally do.
It would have to be. It's such a minute thing that it would happen. For the conditions to be exactly right for it to happen, the reason why it would be so rare that it would happen, I just wonder if that would even be possible. Could static electricity possibly have something to do with it as well? As long as the conditions, people, I'm not saying that you're going to die because of static electricity. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying there has to be a certain.
I know they did do a static electricity test and they said that won't do it.
Okay, all right.
I do know that because I remember watching that happen.
But the nervous system and the brain, it is all centered around electrical impulse, is it not?
It is. But our nervous system is an electrical system.
They are talking about food and such over there. Sorry to interrupt or anything like that, but I was thinking maybe there's a certain change in the diet. I've noticed that what these victims haven't come in is that they've been eating a certain food excessively more than the average person, and they have a predisposition in their body that is a little bit genetic and causing this dysfunction. Maybe the two things have caused this type of catalyst.
So you're saying that if I go and eat healthy right now, that I could spontaneously combust. So therefore, I should stick to my diet of bacon.
Yes, you should.
You hear that, guys? I'm taking care of myself because I am sticking to my current diet of all of the most unhealthy things. I am all for the same. I'm all for it.
That we're supposed to avoid Taco Bell. There's obvious reasons to avoid Taco Bell.
No, I love Taco Bell. I eat it all the time. Don't avoid it.
Taco Bell is a weapon of mass destruction. Yes.
Nope, my body's too used to it now. It's too used to it now.
That's what I meant about, people have different levels. I don't typically have, 98.6 is an average temperature. It is not an exact temperature. I usually run between 94.6 and 96.4 for my normal temperature. If I get up to 100, I'm burning up.
Yeah, some people can range around anywhere from like 99 to 100, and that's still, though it's considered
that's
what
what
temperature. It could be normal.
That's my husband. That's his normal temperature. It's 99.9.
Metabolism.
It's metabolism, it's body. There's a lot of things that go into it, and that is why it is so hard for science to come with a exact reason for this.
Right.
So the I can't say this word. Exfoliophilia deaths. Aspirating.
Yeah.
Let's see. I want to name some names here. All these people have died because of this. David Carradine, Albert Decker. I'm going to mess this one up, but it's Kazuo Inshada.
Wow.
Michael Hutchins. That one hurt me. If you don't know who that is, that was the lead singer of NXS. And Stephen Mulligan, who was a conservative British politician. All of these people died. Kevin Gilbert, who, if you don't know who he is, he worked with artists such as Madonna, Eddie Money, Michael Jackson, died in 1996. There's another one. Frantesnik Potswara was the composer of The Battle of the Plague, which was the favorite song of Mark Twain. All of these people died of the same thing.
What exactly is it? Please reiterate. I mean,
it's called autoerotic exfoliation, or
asphyxiation, right?
Yes, asphyxiation.
Autoerotic.
Yeah, that leads to some really scandalous things, people. Not just for taboo sake that people will judge you, but it's going to give people an excuse to get away with murder.
Well, they think, because it doesn't.
We will go into that. We will go into that because I have my own theories. Because Bansheeba's always going to have her own theories on everything. About, doing her research and stuff. Noah.
Yes, she did a really good job on researching this, although I had to bring up Michael Hutchins because that one hurt. That one hurt really bad. Within 2 hours of him being found, there were all of these, well, it was drug induced, blah, 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 blah. And then they found out that no, there were no drugs in his system. That it got out that this is how he died. And he had apparently gone into this hotel alone. Now, David Carradine's wife says that he never did it alone. So somebody had to have killed him. Somebody had to have been there when he did this. And that goes into one of your theories, Bansheeba.
Yes. Thank you.
So, this is a whole other can of worms, guys.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Now, let me put out there first off, when it comes to autoerotic asphyxiation, okay, we are not condoning this action at all. No. Because it is a very extremely deadly, and I mean, it is deadly, and we'll tell you why. Okay, like I said, we are not condoning.
Example. This was one of the people that I named off. I'm not even going to tell you who it was. Was found in his home, naked, kneeling in a bathtub, with a noose tied around his neck, blindfolded, wrists or handcuffed, a bar gag in his mouth.
Jesus.
Yikes.
Yep. This is touching into the BDSM community. Thank you very much. It is. And this is something that people really need to know about because it is a very extremely dangerous thing to be dabbling in. This is dangerous. It's very dangerous.
Oh,
high fatality rate. Thank you. High fatality rate.
And there's things other than death that can happen from this. Even when you're doing it with a partner, you have to be completely and utterly trusting that person that is with you. Don't do this alone, first of all. That's the first thing. Don't do it alone.
Never do it alone.
That person
rather not do it at all. Don't do it at all. That's what our stance is.
Yes, we say don't. Just avoid it.
Because you have to actually trust that person, and they can't be mad at you or anything like that. And this is not something that you do at the spur of the moment, like in the middle of coitus. You don't decide all of a sudden we're gonna try this. No.
Right.
No.
Don't. And also, please leave the plastic shopping bags alone.
Oh God, yes.
Especially when they do that as well. Leave those alone, please. And also
keep
the
them away
shrink
from
wrap.
children. Keep them away from kids.
Yeah, are you in Discord right now?
I can get over there.
Okay, go to the part that it has the autoerotica asphyxiation and what I had put down for notes or whatever on there, and read what the actual act and the reason why people actually do this in the first place. Should be like why it is so much of a deal. Why is this the thing?
That's in our Discord, right?
Yes. It should be in show topics. It's under
okay.
Show topic.
Show topics. Yeah.
Show topic.
Hey, why wouldn't it be in show topics?
I don't know.
Are we still talking about the aquatic fudge dragons again?
What?
Mary's toilet passed away. I'm so sorry, Mary.
They deserve an SCP file.
Oh my gosh. Well, okay. You mean show outlines?
Yeah. No. Oh, did I put in an outline?
No, you didn't put in an outline.
While you're looking for that, I am gonna mention that I did have a friend pass away from this.
Oh god.
So it's not a joke. Like people really do this and can really actually die in real life. Like I know we all think we're invincible and that like no, we'll totally be fine.
No, we're not.
That's not how it is, and it was really upsetting. So like when we say we don't condone it, we really fucking don't, because it's a real like serious,
it's a real thing.
Yes.
Dangerous. Like
it's not us being preachy.
Yeah.
No. Here it is.
Right.
This has a high death rate. Do not attempt this act alone, at all, or alone, at the very least. The act of restricting oxygen to the brain in order to cause a euphoric state of arousal. Kind of like getting a high, guys, but you don't want to do it. Once oxygen is restricted, and then on the converse of this, too much oxygen is not good for you either.
No, it's not.
No, you just need the right amount.
It causes a lightheaded, semi-conscious state where the body becomes weak. A person can lose control and become unconscious, even with neck guards and release mechanisms. Mm-hmm. If you are unconscious, this has been Sheba's comment here, guys.
Yes.
If you are unconscious, how the hell do you get out of it when you're alone?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some suicides that were deaths via hanging may have actually been autoerotic asphyxiation. Families may have sterilized the scene, getting rid of any sexual toys, lubes, and clothing. In the case that I talked about, he was also dressed in red ladies' lingerie and lipstick. But yeah. In order to keep ridicule out of the public for their loved one's sake, or in their own sake, which would be considered worse, autoerotica or suicide.
Exactly. Because
there's a
If it's been
deliberate-
sterilized,
yeah,
those particular cases are going to be ruled as suicides.
right.
That's why I said what I said.
Yes. Yes, and
Okay.
that's why I put on that little statement earlier that it leaves the pathway to murder,
Mm-hmm.
especially not only for
If you do have someone with you and they don't like you and you pass out and are dying, they could let you die.
Yeah. And if you've written, okay, and we were talking about the whole BDSM contract thing, how that works with, you know, a court of law.
It does not fly in a court of law. That is one of the things that any of you who are 50 Shades fans, 50 Shades got it wrong. A lawyer cannot draft up a contract between a master and a sub or slave or anything like that that will stand up in a court of law.
Thank you.
The
No, you're
police-
facts, people.
The police
Thing
are
is-
not going to help you with this.
This is where it gets.
No, let's call you 50 Shades of Crazy.
On the other side, you don't kill yourself. You don't die. You end up in the hospital for a few days, but there's been damage done to your vagus nerve. Your vagus nerve controls major organs, and damage to it can cause organ shutdown.
Yes.
If your organs shut down,
no matter if you come to,
they can't restart them.
They can't. That's permanent damage. You're done.
You're gone.
Done
This is
thing.
not something to play with. This is not something to play with.
And see, this is where the whole fine line thing comes in. And I mentioned, you know, the whole thing with, you know, the movie Flatliners, where you have a certain window. I mean, this isn't even a window. You will have a very short amount of time to reach this plateau and to be able to come back or come out of it unscathed. Okay. And it is not a very big window. Okay. Now, what makes it really hairy is the fact that this vagus nerve, it does control all of your, it's the main nerve that runs down from the base, down your spinal, down into your body, to your major organs. And yes, it is connected to your genitals. All right. So if you're looking to do enough something to be able to get that peak arousal from that particular nerve,
try something else.
Yeah. Yo, dude. No. Okay. There's other ways to achieve that. Okay. But messing with the main line, you connect, you got a house, you're going to unplug, you know, you're going to hit that circuit breaker. Your shit ain't coming back on unless you turn it back on, right? Only problem is this shit don't turn back on. It don't do it.
It don't come back. And this leads to the other one that we were talking about, you and I. Actually, I think everybody was here for that.
Yeah.
With a very short window, very, very short window. And this happened to a dear friend of mine.
Oh, yours. Sorry.
Yikes.
Right.
In his 40s. This usually happens to people in their 50s, 70s, 60s and 70s, excuse me. 60s and 70s. If you have symptoms, he did not. If you have symptoms, you can get to the hospital as quickly as possible and get treatment. But he did not have symptoms. He was sleeping. He has sleep apnea machine. His wife
Okay,
woke
let me
up
explain
and she
something
went
with
to
sleep
sleep.
apnea. Sleep apnea is the actual thing that happens. There is an actual dysfunction that happens.
Yeah.
These people literally stop breathing because something malfunctioning in their own bodies. Okay, my father suffered from it. My ex suffered from it. There's a lot of people that suffer from sleep apnea.
And they give them machines that put a mask or tube that make them breathe. It forces air into them.
So when those particular functions fail, or they pause or paralyze, though, the way it was explained in that doctor's session or whatever I was reading on that or listening to that or whatever, when it paralyzes, the act of the machine itself will be forcing that air down there. So you're getting the oxygen that you need when your body fails you.
Right.
So you don't die. Okay, people? Use your sleep pap machines.
No.
CPAP, APAPs, use them. I don't care how. I know they're uncomfortable.
Yes, those little things will save your life, definitely.
Yes.
Yes, Pam. Yes, your kidneys go first, and once your kidneys are gone, it's there's no way back.
Yeah, kidneys don't come cheap.
So my dear friend's wife woke up, and he's got a CPAP machine going, and he's not breathing.
Oh God.
Oh, that's scary.
And she picks up the phone and calls 911. Several hours later, like 72, he finally comes out of surgery. He did not die on the table. He did not die in the emergency room or on the way in. And they said that was because she woke up when she did. If she had woke up as much as 30 seconds later, there would have been no way for them to bring him back.
That's your window of opportunity, people, right there. Window of a top. Yep.
30
You only have so much
seconds.
time to be able to get these things.
What he had is called an aortic dissection.
God.
And what happens, it's a tear in the inner layer of the large blood vessel or aorta, which is coming right off the lung, which is your artery that takes all the blood from your body and puts it into your heart the first time.
Yes.
Now, in his case, and this is another rare, they don't know why. In his case, the aorta completely severed itself from his heart.
Good God, that's a lot of blood.
Oh, yeah.
How he survived that, I don't know, because
God wanted him here. That's all I can tell you.
Somebody definitely wanted something and made it happen, because I mean okay.
Now
you have your aorta. Your aorta is the particular aorta. Your aorta is what brings the oxygen into the heart. That just that distributes that throughout the body. Okay, your veins or your the vena cava is typically what takes the deoxygenated blood out of the body to transfer it back into the heart to be able to, or back through the lungs to pick up that oxygen and put that back into the heart, where once again the arteries will take that and push that back throughout the body, the whole circulatory system and whatever. So that is your oxygen supply, people, and that was completely severed.
And on top of that, if you think about it, your body is pumping into that artery so that it can go into the heart, and that's a very, very strong pumping.
Yes,
the heart cavity is filling up with blood.
This reminds me of, and just to kind of put a little bit of a fun note on this, not that it's a fun topic, but did you guys ever watch Magic School Bus growing up?
Oh yeah, I was also going to mention those at work too.
The Fantastic Voyage.
Do you remember
Fantastic Voyage?
When that, and then when Miss Frizzle was trying to prove how like the body works, she was like, they were in a boat race, and she's trying to paddle the boat, and they're like, oh, hold your breath, because you'll go faster, and then it turns out like that goes into like the whole blood system, blah blah.
Right.
That's what that makes me think of, but I just wanted to add in a little bit of a light topic there for a second.
Yeah, and also remind me of the anime called Cells at Work, and when it's really medically accurate. We actually have a doctor's approval on YouTube commenting on this anime that you can get on Netflix, and I've watched it before. It's actually very fun and educational, and there's actually little dramatic plot lines that there are these anime characters that represent all the cells, and they have all their special tasks to do in the human body, and it's amazing, and it looks like a huge inner city.
I like that one, Fear. But on that line, we talked about death by Snoo Snoo.
Yes.
Yeah.
We touched
It's
that one
fun
too.
for the victim, but
Yes,
not
Pam.
for the person.
Yes, Pam.
That's
And it's-
instantaneous cardiac arrest. That's what's been involved with death by
Yes.
Snoo Snoo right there.
But
It's a real thing, people.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it
And-
is.
and,
For those
you
who
know,
have seen the
I
movie
will
Clerks, yeah.
I will
know
say
what I'm
that my
talking about.
friend lost 5 years of his memory because his brain was denied oxygen for as long as it was.
Yeah.
But you know, he was lucky. He lived. There are people that have aortic dissections. There are people who have embolisms.
Yes.
There
There's
are
3
people who have
embolisms.
thrombosis. I think it's called. It's a different kind of thing that it's very similar to embolisms, but it's different.
Yes. Yeah.
And they all cause, you know, the body, if it happens, it's bad. It
causes a blood clot.
The worst one, as far as we were talking about people committing murder, an air embolism can be artificially created and will kill you.
Yes.
And it is very almost impossible to prove that somebody did it to you. Why? Because they have to actually get the person on film. Oh, is Madam Raven leaving?
Yeah, I was like, bye, Raven.
Take care, Raven. We
Bye,
love you.
MR.
Love you. I want to be her in Gothic Rose when I grow up.
Aww.
Dude, they're awesome. Oh God, she has such a seductive voice. I love her voice.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
Yes.
It does things. It does things.
It does things.
It does
And
things.
we were talking as you talked about the spontaneous cardiac arrest, which is a real thing, folks. We have instantaneous rigor mortis.
Yes.
Where your whole
This
body.
one's weird. This is weird.
Let me bring that one up because I want to read. You sent it. It was so perfect. Where is it? Because it's right on exactly what happens. A cavaderic spasm, known as postmortem spasm, instantaneous rigor mortis, cataleptic rigidity, or instantaneous rigidity, is a rare form of muscular suffering that occurs at the moment of death and persists or into the period of rigor mortis. It can happen and cause death, although they don't know why. The cause is unknown, but it is usually associated with violent deaths or extremely physical circumstances caused by intense emotions.
Yes. Yes.
could
And
be
that can pull in, you know, 2 specific catalysts with that is with
electrical stimuli.
Yeah.
And
the position, you know, the whole what is it called? Positional asphyxia.
Yes.
That could be
Positional
Oh yeah.
asphyxia.
Yes.
Especially if you hang upside down, there's a truth to
Or
it.
the ketoacidosis.
It's something
Thank
that
you.
happens with people that have problems with
Diabetes. Yeah,
okay.
the pumps.
And there
the
is
pumps.
a case that this person had suffered a cardiac arrest with the element of ketoacidosis, to the point that when they were doing what they were doing, the stance that they were in, where they were standing, when they found this person's body, okay, this person was standing up still because this instantaneous rigor mortis had set in that caused, you know, there's enough balance with the body weight distribution, even though the person had fallen, their midsection had fallen backwards, but it was propped up against, I believe it was like a cupboard or something like that, but they were completely bent backwards, but they were still standing. And because of the instantaneous rigor mortis, they stayed in that position. This is, like I said, this is a combination of different factors at work that it is so rare that these things happen. This is why we classify this being into a disturbing. Because when you come up on the scene and you see a physical person
standing still,
you know, and they're not alive. They are no longer alive. Now, with the instantaneous rigor mortis, there are cases of people that you will see cadavers that are now. You look into, if you do your research, okay, there's different types of mortis. Okay, there's several different stages that the body goes through. Okay, rigor mortis is the one that we hear about the most, but there is certain phases that the body goes through after the death process, and it is all natural. There's spasms. That's when you start hearing about corpses that move, that you know, will sit up, or they'll do like, you know, whatever, you know. But
the gas release.
The person is not doing this. This is just the natural decomp that the body goes through after the point of death. Okay, so there is like four different stages, I think?
Yes, there's 4 different stages of rigor mortis.
Okay, so but the one that we're most familiar with is the rigor mortis. That's the one that we always hear about the most. But that is like the stiffening of the muscles to the point that they're not letting go, though. They didn't let go. This is the case like with the ketoacidosis, or the woman, which is circulating around on the internet, on social media, about I don't know, she's like 70 or 87-year-old woman or whatever, that she's sitting on her sofa and she's holding a glass and her head is down. She literally passed away. Okay, and she's still sitting in that position. You can see that rigor mortis is set in because her face is discolored because of the pooling of the blood in her face. Also in the feet, because of, you know, gravity starts taking hold with, you know, your circulation and the blood and all that fun stuff. But the fact is, she's still grasping the glass, full of water, mind you. It's not spilt. She has it completely level, not a drop spilt. She just died in that position. I believe that they said the most likely, I'm guessing, I want to say that probably cardiac arrest had something to do with it, because that seems to be the highest. I mean, it's the highest percentage of deaths is cardiac arrest when it comes to instantaneous death.
Yeah.
Really. Okay. But the fact that she was still holding the glass, not drop spilt, but she's just sitting there like, it almost looks like if you did not see the blood pooling in her face and her feet and whatnot, it's disturbing to see the picture. It really is, because she looks like she just like nodded off. Like my dad used to like sit there, you know, after, you know, Thanksgiving dinner, and he's just like, you know, yeah, I'm watching the football game and everything, and then you know, falls asleep, you know, and he's like, whatever, you know, we all seen, you know, people do that, you know, fall asleep.
Here's the thing. We all know that turkey has the sleep drug in it.
Tryptophan. There you go. Thank you.
Yes, it does.
I don't eat turkey. I haven't eaten turkey since I was
Blasphemy.
a child, because on four different holiday occasions, I choked on a turkey bone that wasn't supposed to be there. So my thought is, turkey's trying to kill me.
That's
so I am not eating turkey.
Understandable.
But
unless you're an insomniac.
My family still ate turkey. So I would be the only person still awake after holiday meals because everybody else had turkey and I didn't. So I got first dibs on leftovers. But no, but it was really weird walking through the living room and everybody's asleep watching television. I go to change the channel. Oh, watch that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you were watching it so hard you were inspecting the backs of your eyelids. But
Oh.
Yeah. So,
Well, listen, you guys, I hate to interrupt, but I got to split. I have a prayer appointment I'm running over right now, so I'm going to
you're ghosting us.
Continue with this conversation.
We're going to go into the lightning.
Out there. We love you. I love you. Guys, I will catch you later.
No, we love you too.
Yeah.
Thank you for I appreciate it. I really do.
Have a good day, Banshee.
We're praying for you.
Thank you.
Good night, Puddin'.
It used to be, at least when I was growing up, if somebody said they were struck by lightning, you laughed at them. Because nobody survived getting struck by lightning. As a matter of fact, in most hospitals, there is still no procedure, even to this day, there is still no procedure to deal with somebody who has been struck by lightning because there are no emergency procedures written by the medical profession. Lightning can do all sorts of different things to your body.
Yes, they can.
It can kill you, which obviously most people die because they're alone when they're struck and they're hit with such force that there's nothing anybody can do for them.
Oh, can I put a little personal note about lightning that I've had, and this just came to mind. Before I moved, we actually had a bolt of lightning hit our barbecue in the backyard, and it was extremely loud. It sounded like a huge, thunderous bomb.
My mother used to say, if you can hear the thunder, you're safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can hear yeah.
But there have been, yes, Master Angler, I was getting to that. There have been people who have been struck more than once. My husband's been struck twice.
Jeez.
Wow.
That Chinese guy was struck 4 times.
Wow.
This is, you know, they say don't stand outside where you are the tallest thing there. Well, you know, that doesn't actually work all the time. In July 2015, there was a English hiker in Brecon Beacons National Park in Wales who was hit by lightning. It was a fatal hit. It electrocuted him when an unexpected thunderstorm came. Did you know you could be hit by lightning when it's totally clear outside, right?
Oh,
Did
really?
you know that, right? Yeah, it's called heat lightning.
Yes.
Oh yes, I know about heat lightning, yes.
But this guy had apparently a metal selfie stick that he was taking pictures with. And apparently, although it has never been proven conclusively, the authorities believe that the metal rod attracted the lightning bolt. Now, there was a Marine cadet there that tried to resuscitate him, and they failed because he couldn't bring him back. Again, there's a lot of factors that factor into whether you're going to survive lightning or not. We don't even know what it is because it's kind of a new phenomenon. And they're still learning what it does to the body because some people it repolarizes your electrical system, which causes all sorts of different things. Inspector Gadget eyelids.
Go, Gadget, go.
Yeah, it's just, it does so many things to your body. It can mess up the way your organs work. It can mess up the chemical makeup of your body. It can make medicines work differently for you than they do for anybody else. And getting hit twice, they say you can never get hit twice. Yeah, you can. Mm-hmm. Getting hit twice, it doesn't necessarily fix it.
Oh, you just remind me of something too. I remember seeing on the news a long time ago. I think I was very little when this happened, and there was a man that got hit by a lightning bolt, but he survived. But he happened to be wearing a cross necklace, and this is the weird part, is that he has a burn scar and the shape of that cross on his chest now.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
And he considers it to be sacred in a interesting fashion. So
you're talking about Jarlegion, right?
Yeah.
Monster. Yes. No, this is a different case, Dame. This was the guy the Chinese guy that got hit. There's actual video footage from the surveillance video.
Jeez.
The zookeeper and the guy trying to take a selfie with a one-tongued walrus got hit by lightning. And the video is out there on social media somewhere. If you guys know where to look, I don't. I've been hit by showers of shattered concrete twice after lightning struck our flagpole at my old job, and it exploded in concrete base as if a bomb went off. I was close enough to be hit by the debris. Holy cow, Fear.
Whoa.
Holy cow.
Whoa. Jeez, that would scare you.
Dude, what do you live a charmed life? I swear.
That's impressive. Jeez.
I don't even know what to say to that. That's...
Oh,
wow.
I know how he feels when the lightning bolt hit the barbecue pit in my backyard.
Wow. Like I said, I don't even know what to say there.
That's impressive. Jeez.
I mean, I've seen okay, some people say it doesn't exist. I've seen it, okay, and it's been proven since the old textbooks were written. Ball lightning. I've seen ball lightning, and it's beautiful. I don't want to touch it. One of my coworkers had some in a metal sink at his house. Just came right in through the window.
Jeez.
Wow.
And he watched it go around in a circle in the sink, just rolling like a ball. And it's just, lightning is not something you want to play with.
No, you shouldn't.
We do know that and I think most of us know what lightning is. It's the atmospheric charge that is set off during an exchange of electrical power between the atmosphere and the ground, for the most part. Actually, most people now believe it goes actually from the ground up, not from the ground down, not from the atmosphere down. But regardless, it doesn't matter. If it hits you, you're going to feel it. And if you survive it, you're going to remember it.
Oh,
And-
you know what you just remind me of too?
Mm.
The sousaphone,
Mm.
also known as the Tesla coils, and there are people
Yes.
that could have those devices and they can actually play a song
Yeah.
with the lightning bolts. Those are fun to do.
Yeah, but again, that's playing with.
Yeah, as
Versus
long as you
a-
know what you're doing, it can be fun. Just do it at a distance. I can say that.
Do it if you know what you're doing. Don't
Yes,
do it if you don't know what you're doing and you haven't been trained to do it or being trained to do it with a professional.
Yes.
It's one of those. It's one of those things. Don't play with what you don't understand. Shut up. I'm getting comments from the peanut gallery girls.
Ooh.
Snorted.
Oh, just snorted. Yeah. What is this? But yeah, we don't want to play with lightning. We don't want to play with, good grief. We've opened a can of worms today, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
It's Bansheeva's fault. This was her idea beginning, right?
Yes. Yes.
But we don't regret anything.
No, we don't regret anything.
I regret nothing.
We regret nothing?
Nope.
I can close that. We did David Carradine. I'm making sure we hit all these points that we opened up earlier. Yeah, we didn't talk about the selfies. But that's not actually well, it is a disturbing. It is disturbing, but it's not something that's defined as what we've said is disturbing for this show. However, I will say, don't drive and take selfies. Watch where you're standing. Don't climb over anything that says do not cross and take a selfie.
Yeah, that's an important one.
Yes.
I sit there. I
Take the fun out of
they take. There was a couple that they suspect were taking a selfie, but there's a picture of them past the railing where they had crawled over the railing to take this selfie. And the people who were taking another selfie, who caught them in the background, were in front of the railing. So you could see the railing between them. And they were found in the bottom of the ravine. And they were world travelers, and they were big on Instagram and everything. And they had been talking about people don't do something that's going to put your life in danger to get a picture.
Nope.
What did they do?
Especially ones who climb up to the tower without any safety equipment and then they take their selfies. I've seen that as well.
There's that TikToker that I was telling you about earlier that went to the top of skyscrapers to do, gymnastic feats, literally climbing without, a rope, doing skateboarding on the edge, literally, and videoing himself after he'd set up his cameras and everything. I actually videotaped him losing his grip while climbing and falling.
Oh,
And
Alistair has a story to tell too afterwards.
It's you fall from 50 stories. You don't even have to go that far, but you fall from 50 stories. There's not much of your insides left, folks.
Nope, it's gone completely. Say goodbye.
not going to survive that.
No, you're not. But, hey, Alistair, what's the story that you have to share with us? Yes. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I want to share a witnessed tale of mine. Okay, what is it? Yes. I have seen a young man who thought it would be a good idea to climb up a 70-foot pole in my neighborhood. Oh, 70 feet, my goodness, what happened? He had done tightrope walking on telegraph wire and climbed to the pole on top and had danced on the top of it. Oh, what happened next? He fell and the wire had cut him in half.
Oh, it brings back pictures in my head from Resident Evil 1.
Whoa, that was horrifying. How did you feel when you saw that? Oh, it terrified me to this day. And I warned him not to do that.
I bet.
Did you know him personally? No. He was an acquaintance of mine. Oh, that's still pretty bad. How old was he when he did this? 25.
Cats. I don't know if any of y'all have seen, and the thing is that we put other people in danger. I mean, obviously, he killed himself. I don't even want to. I'm trying not to visualize this, guys. But we've all seen the video of the father with his daughter on the front of his bicycle, and he's trying to videotape it, and he's paying so much attention to the video that he puts them right into a truck.
Oh, pay attention to the road, people. You can look at the camera later.
The girls that were I think they were going to some sort of party. I want to say they were going to a bachelorette party, but I can't remember. But she was driving, and the person in the passenger seat was filming, and she got so involved in the filming that she wasn't looking ahead of her, and she drove the car underneath an 18-wheeler. This doesn't just happen in the U.S. The bicycle incident actually happened in Paris. The Indian Ministry of Tourism asks people to put up signs to identify and barricade selfie danger areas. Pakistan, Russia, the U.S., they have a 2018 study showed that there were 259 selfie-related deaths in 137 incidents reported globally between October 2011 and November 2017, with the highest occurrences being in India, followed by Russia, then the United States, and then Pakistan.
Jeez.
What does that tell us, people? Pay attention to what you're doing.
Scary.
We're gonna be the death of our own, like, of the human race. Like, we're gonna fucking do it to ourselves.
Fishing last year under Newport Bridge, Rhode Island, dude jumped 300 yards away. Sadly, we got to his body was like soap trying to get him in the boat. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. You know, if aliens do exist and they see us doing these things, they don't really need to do an invasion. We just put on a show for them.
We'll kill ourselves off very
Well,
easily.
you know, there are, okay, we're going to get into conspiracy theories here for a second. There is the theory that we're just a simulation.
Inside a simulation?
Inside a simulation.
Inside a simulation.
And then there's also the theory that we are like the Truman Show, which I've never seen, by the way.
Oh,
that will disturb your mind.
That ruined
the whole world,
me.
the whole world is the Truman Show for everybody. So we're all just, as Shakespeare says, actors on a stage. The world is a stage, and all the people merely actors.
It messed with my mind for a long time.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it.
Yeah.
There was another show. It was a Twilight Zone episode.
Ooh.
Where the guy, I'm like, how did he do the things he did with putting us in fear, crippling fear in 30 minutes?
I'd still wonder.
But he's got this guy that he's an actor in a soap opera or something, and he's starting to believe that he is his character, and it goes through, and in the end, he's left in that reality because the show is ending, and everybody's saying goodbye and everything. And they're like, what do you mean goodbye? We've got to come back to work tomorrow. It's like, no, the show's over. And he goes, this isn't a show, this is my life. And he's trying to call his wife, except, of course, the phone on the desk doesn't work because it's not actually plugged into anything. The woman who he sees as his wife isn't actually responding to her quote-unquote name. And it isn't really his wife. It's just, it was really, it was frightening because at least at my age when I first saw it, I wasn't old enough to understand the psychological impact that he was messing with. But this happens to people where they completely lose contact with reality. They can't tell the difference. This is why it's so important. If you have problems telling the difference between fantasy and reality, don't read anything that's not real. Don't get too involved in any television shows. Do not play role-playing games at all. Do not play video games at all.
Yeah, there's some people that really should not be exposed to those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't need you going off the deep end. We have enough problems as it is.
Yeah, I've known some stories about kids going crazy after, being influenced by certain TV shows, certain video game plots, and they have a hard time distinguishing the two things between what's fiction and what's real.
reading Nancy Drew can put somebody into a whole different brain.
Yes, it can.
Master Angler, have you heard about that bridge in the UK that all the dogs keep jumping off of?
Oh yeah, that was in Scotland.
Yeah, I said the UK on purpose.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
It's a really, really weird one. But I mean, you know, it's disturbing when you think about what we don't know about the human body that can cause some of the things we've talked about today. Or people like, hey, don't cross the lines, don't put yourself in danger just for a picture or video, blah, blah, blah. And what do they do? Yeah, it's just, it is very disturbing to see how some people have gone out of this world. Now, if the simulation theory is true, and when you die, you just wake up in a vat of whatever stuff that's keeping you alive.
Like the Matrix?
Yeah, like the Matrix. And they're just unplugging you, and they're going to put you into another simulation, you know.
Oh,
if that's the case, then, you know, they can go be stupid in another simulation.
Right.
But, yes, that castle is haunted. And I think that's why the dogs all jump off. Because they see another dog down there, and they're going down to that dog.
Yeah, we do not want to have our beloved pets go that way. It would be really sad.
Yeah.
But again, we want to make sure that you guys know we don't condone any of the actions.
No.
Oh,
no. It's just our warning to everybody.
It's our warning to everybody that, you know, don't do things that are going to get you dead. If you, Ace, if you're having standing seizures, go see your doctor.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't feel good and you think that something might, even if it's the minutest thing, might be wrong,
get checked anyway.
Doctor.
Get checked anyway, whether you like it or not.
I've just got a cold, or it's just the flu. I'm okay. I'll be fine. These are. This was what was it? First, it was a sinus infection. Then it was just a cold. Then it was just a flu. It'll be over soon. This went on for 4 weeks, and we lost one of the most brilliant minds in child television. And one of the most brilliant entertainment geniuses that I can think of, because Jim Henson had walking pneumonia, not a cold.
Oh, hello, Baron. Good to see you again.
Hey, Baron.
Oh, hello.
Even in the Matrix, it's a bit charitable about how much this is.
Hi.
And Ben Sheba is in the car. Don't you drive while you're typing.
Oh, shame on you, BB. You're going to be spanked later.
And not in a good way.
No.
Not in the, never mind.
Mary.
Not in our usual way that we do to you.
Mary, you give me the biggest switch you can find in the yard and give me it right now.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to put the McIlvanian paddle. Borrow that from somebody. You're not driving. Okay, good. No, you just have it following you around, Fear. Again, Dame, can you put your new channel up? Because we need to get you up to 100 so you can get your...
I can do it one more time. Thank you.
We need to get her back up to at least 100 so she can get her thing, and she needs to get everybody back that she's already lost with losing her old channel. Guys, come on. There's somebody's got it out for you, and it's amazing that you're still with us.
Maybe it's a simp that didn't like what I had to say.
Pam is the winner. Chicken dinner.
There you go. There's the link.
Yes. Thank you. Let's see.
Should I do my book announcement? Since we're
yes.
Press for time.
Please.
Everybody, I'm doing a horror comedy story. It's called Holy Sheet. It's a pun in itself. Holy Sheet, and I'll give you a brief synopsis. It's about an actual ghost that has a bed sheet on top of him and visits a goth girl named Lenore. So fun, full surprises, and I read the first few chapters to my friends, and in October it shall be released on my channel. It'll be narrated. I will definitely have some people that will help me out with that, and guarantee you'll freak out, you'll laugh, you'll cry, you may need to go to the bathroom.
You might shit your pants.
Yes.
Fear, don't you dare go trying to fly.
Please don't.
If you intentionally try these things, it won't be good. When they just happen, yeah, right.
No, that would be something that Fear would try to jump off a building to fly, but then he would live, but he would just be paralyzed for the rest of his life. He's got that.
Oh my goodness.
Of like, he would totally live, but he would be miserable.
Yes, you heard that right, Baron. The rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels named Lenore.
Yes. You might like Lenore.
I love Lenore. I got giggles all over the place.
But go ahead and tell them what you think of the chapter so far from what I've read to you.
Oh, goodness. Well, Lenore is definitely a sparkly goth. Can I say that?
Yes.
Is that even a thing?
Yes, it is. There is a such thing.
And she's got a big heart, even if she doesn't necessarily think of herself as worthy. And I think that's why I think her co-worker reads to me the way that he does. I just thought about that. But yeah, it's wow. It's just it's amazing. What she's written is very, very immersive. That's the right word.
Yeah, you liked the other characters too. You really liked Leslie.
Yeah, I do. I like Leslie a lot. And yes, Bathsheba is horny for Spectre.
Yes, that's what the sheet ghost names himself.
We're not really at the same time, we're not really sure what to think about Spectre because he's sort of a paranormal stalker.
Yes, but charming. You cannot help but like him. He's just that charismatic.
Dang, Master Angler. Hey, Sir's Death.
Hello.
We're just chatting with everybody now.
Hey.
I just crashed on my motorcycle 5 weeks ago. Shattered elbow, broke my wrist, and 2 ribs.
Hi.
Yeah. Please tell me you're healing.
Ooh, that's not good.
Oh wow. Okay, so I know I keep saying I've got a video coming out. I started working on the audio and I realized I left one word out at the very beginning.
Oh no.
And I don't know if I want to redo it again. I could leave that word out. I've got to listen to the whole thing and make sure it's just that one word. If it's just the one word, I might. If it isn't, I may have to redo the whole thing. We are not responsible. Okay. I found worm snakes.
Ooh.
You know, somebody else was talking about, we talked about tapeworms before on here.
Oh, yes, with deadly fashions.
Yes. Somebody was talking about them earlier. I think it was fear. Dun, 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 dun. You do not want to mess with them either. Okay, so I think we are about ready to wrap it up, aren't we, girls?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I say so.
Remember, if you have a topic you want us to discuss, if you have some art you want us to share, if you have a story you'd like one of us or all of us to read.
Or patsies.
Or patsies, is that what you said? I am not reading anybody's taxes on air.
No.
Or patches.
Or patches. Or patches. Okay, okay, okay.
My microphone cut out just now and died, so.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Yeah.
Patches, you bad little thing.
I didn't do it.
Sure you didn't.
No.
Wow. Okay. Our mailbox is stream.horrorhoneys@gmail.com. Patches wants to know what you think about him. What does he look like? We love you all. And you can rewatch the stream if for Sarah's and Bear. I know you came in right at the end. You can rewatch the stream. Bittersweet dreams.
Bittersweet dreams.
Bittersweet dreams.
Bittersweet dreams.
Good night, Pudding.
Bye.
Good night, Pudding.